We're learning new details about just how close some migrants were to being deported on Friday before the courts stepped in. Exclusive video captured by NBC News in Texas shows nearly 30 detainees understood to be Venezuelan nationals leaving the Bluebonnet Detention Center on a bus and heading towards an airport in North Texas. NBC News reporters following the motorcade say it passed the exit for the airport, turned around, and then returned to the detention facility. The change of plans happened as the case for these men was being argued in an emergency hearing in federal court. Just hours later, the Supreme Court ordered the Trump administration to temporarily halt deportations under the Alien Enemies Act for those detainees. It's just the latest, folks, the latest incidents that are raising red flags about Trump's policies. Our next guest, a former ICE official, put it this way in an op-ed for the New York Times. Immigration enforcement under Donald Trump is going rogue. Jason Hauser joins us now. He's the former chief of staff for Immigration and Customs Enforcement and a former deputy chief of staff at the Department of Homeland Security. It is a pleasure to welcome you.
Thank you for having me.
Being here, Jason. I mean, what the hell is going on? Heck is going on.
You know, what we see here is a lot of political theater, and we see a lot of targeting of vulnerable populations. We see a misuse of federal law enforcement, taking it away from public safety and national security threats, all the things that American people agree on that we need law enforcement focused on. What we see is sort of the dehumanization, the politicization, the targeting, and using it to drive a narrative that somehow migrants that are here to seek protection under our laws are here to do us harm, when in actuality the facts and the data show that's very few of those that are come here to seek refuge. What we're now seeing from a lot of the direction from the White House, from Stephen Miller and others, is to sort of drive these sort of narratives, these punitive measures that, like we saw with Mr. Garcia and these individuals being sent to El Salvador. And it's risky. It's risky for our Constitution. Mm-hmm. It is inhumane. It is against our American values. And quite frankly, it's getting in the way of federal law enforcement carrying out the public safety protections that we need.
First off, I just put on the table, it is so clarifying to have your voice in this conversation as someone who understands the inner workings of ICE, the good things that work in our immigration system, as well as the not so good things that have worked. And you've made the point that what we're seeing now is not addressing the underlying issues related to what's broken in our immigration system. Rounding up detainees doesn't solve the back end problem. You still have a back-end operational problem because you don't have the technology in place. You don't have the man and woman power in place. Talk about that. As former chief of staff, you ran these agencies.
So the women and men of ICE, there's a lot of good men and women that work there that want to keep our communities safe. So really, if you think about immigration operations, there's 14 million people on the immigration docket. We do not have a system built to that scale to handle that sort of, that process, to move people through asylum processes and the immigration sort of vetting. We do not have a system for that. So you have, within ICE, you have about 6,000 deportation officers that want every day to focus on national security and public safety threats.
So that's just real quick, 6,000 for 14 million people.
14 million.
Flow through the system.
So the difference, and I will, as someone that worked there within the Biden administration, the Secretary Mayorkas and the president at the time was like, with those little resources, focus on those that really want to do us harm, the very few migrants that want to hurt us. But in this administration, there is this sort of shotgun approach to immigration enforcement. And I always try to leave people with three key numbers that you can always evaluate. ICE has 6,000 deportation officers. You can carry out X amount of arrests. Mm-hmm. So you can only carry, X amount. And the current secretary sort of touts these numbers of we've arrested 20,000 in a month, in the month of March. Well, half of those are released because you only have 45,000 detention beds that are full. And you can only remove about 10 to 12,000 people a month. That's because Venezuela doesn't take removal flights. Cuba doesn't take removal flights. Certain countries don't take removal flights. Right. So you have X amount of officers going out and trying to stop those that want to take advantage of our immigration system. And you have a certain amount of beds that sort of begin the process of removal. So you want ICE focused on those that have exhausted their pathways to be here legally. And it's, they've ran their course and it's time to go home. And you want them focused on those that want to do us harm in the community. That is not what is happening. Now we're having this debate over the Alien and Sedition Act and these new powers when ICE has the authorities that it needs under Title VIII. They can go out and do their job, but at the same time...
Wait, ICE has the authorities that it needs. And therefore, what the administration is arguing, from your estimation, as someone who formerly was the chief of staff, you believe at this agency, you believe that what the administration is arguing is incorrect, a lie, a farce? What category we want to put it in?
It's political theater. It's this idea that we're going to show America the punitiveness of law enforcement, of cruelty, and that will deter. And quite frankly, across the migrants that we have seen flow to our borders seeking asylum under the law legally over the last decade, are leaving horrific situations.
Yes, like in Venezuela, frankly, like in El Salvador,
like in
frankly,
Haiti, yes.
like in Haiti, right? For example, I just want to throw on the table, Michael, that when you read in the intro and showed the video, literally in court on Friday, the ACLU lawyer Lee Gallant was arguing that the reason this hearing was needed is because people were loaded on buses. He said they have already been loaded onto buses. We believe they're on the way to the airport. They were, and we just got word a few minutes ago that it appears they are preparing more men for travel tonight. They were intending to do this. We got the video.
Right, and that's the big thing, Jason. The intentionality here is not consistent with the American ideal that you will be afforded due process, that our system, as you know, having run it, has its limitations, but we will then prioritize within the system the effort that we need to make so that, given the resources we have, we get the best outcome possible. I love the way you frame this. The political theater of immigration by this administration is more operationalized than anything related to substance. And again, I just want to remind the American people that when given the opportunity to begin to put a substantive policy on the table on immigration, Republicans stopped and killed that effort. Yes. Why? Because Donald Trump, all right, Sunday morning now, wanted to have a political issue to run on in the 2024 election. So I know the whining and the moaning from Republicans about how bad our system is all part of that political theater because they did not want to fix the problem.
That's right. And there's two key points. There's fix the system. To a small cohort of the American public, the system is just that, the punitive enforcement arm of immigration, when it's actually not. When someone comes to our borders, is fleeing horrific situations in Haiti or Venezuela, they're seeking asylum, they're entering a court process that they want to go in front of a judge and make their asylum claim. ICE is also part of that process to bring people through case management and other processes to bring them through that. But what you see from this administration is the same time they're screaming about this broken system, they're collapsing and taking away those processes. They're laying off immigration judges. They're laying off case officers at USCIS. They're laying off individuals within the Department of Health and Human Services and the Department of Justice that bring people through the process. So they're amassing this large pool of migrants and taking away their status, taking away their TPS status and their protected statuses. And then they're able to use the tag, well, now they're criminal. Well, there's a hard question that we all need to ask. When we say a criminal migrant, what does that mean? To an ICE officer, that means someone that's been convicted of a crime here when they came here, and that and they're in the criminal justice system. What Stephen Miller and others are just saying, just the simple fact that they sought asylum at the border between a POE, between a port of entry, they're a criminal. And that is, for far too long, our immigration system and our asylum system has started in the border. And a lot of individuals and a lot of smart people are beginning to talk about what a better system will be in the future. But this administration is only about amassing the largest pool of those that they can remove to countries that are removable, right? The largest nationalities that we saw in the Biden administration come to the border, the southern border, was Cubans, Colombians, and Venezuelans. We can't remove individuals to two of those countries, right? Venezuelans and Cuba.
Right.
So they're going to amass those that are, quite frankly, the most vulnerable and those that are most at risk and jerk them out of our communities. And that hurts our community, that hurts our economy, that hurts our industries. And it's horrific for the people that it's being inflicted on.
Jason Hauser, really appreciate you, man. Thank you for the insights. It's good to hear from someone inside the system who knows.
Right, because they're going to say, we crazy and we just being dramatic.
Right, no.
We can be pro-law enforcement, pro-public safety, pro-migrant, and sort of like look out for our values. And all
you go.
Yes, sir. Happy
Appreciate you, Jason.